What's going on, Ken? What's going on, brother? You say you know what's going on.
I'm hip to it a little bit. I don't know exactly, but I know a little something.
All right, let me know what you hit with. What you know what's going on.
I know about the Israelites and the 12 tribes and all that.
All right, so who the 12 tribes is?
Us, come on.
You said us? All right, brother, so you know who the 12 tribes is. Now, as the 12 tribes of Israel, who are we to God? Are we just niggas? Who are we?
The chosen ones.
The chosen ones, right? Now, us as the chosen ones, can we just do whatever the hell we want?
I mean, you can do what you want, but there's a consequence to everything you do.
This is true. That there's a consequence to everything. Now, did God tell us that just to go do whatever we want? Or did he give us specifics, a list of things to do?
My personal opinion?
Well, I don't want your personal opinion, brother. I want the facts. I mean, what the Bible says.
I ain't read the whole Bible, so cool, I don't know.
That's cool. A lot of brothers, some brothers out here read the whole Bible, but they still know the mission.
I mean, I understand the mission, but I don't really understand everybody's perspective. Me personally, I just don't believe in all the separation, man. So like,
what do you mean by separation?
Once we get down to the understanding that we all put here, we all the same, regardless of creed, religion, whatever, take that out of it.
Are we talking about everybody, or are we talking about within the realm of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans?
All right, so us as a people, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Moors, all of that, we all come up under the same, you feel me? Once you get outside of that, with the Caucasians and everybody else, they come after that. Right?
Yeah, right.
But initially, us, so when we came into existence, the higher power, whoever you want to call them, I don't want to say
you straight.
God.
We'll just say the Most High. We'll just leave it at that.
Let's just leave it there. Because I don't know. I wasn't there.
That's cool, bro. We got you, bro.
I wasn't there.
We got you.
So for me personally, I feel like the mission that was given to us as a people, the mission that was given to us as a people is to lead everybody into salvation.
Right.
Regardless of what creed or religion you is. But to me personally, once they start putting Catholics and Islam and all of that, they divided everything, so now it's a bunch of confusion.
Right.
So now don't nobody know which way to go. Everybody's picking and choosing. This is right. This is right. The Moors say they right. Islam, they say they right. I ain't with.
I got you. Yeah, right? I got you, brother.
I mean, I believe everybody is gonna get to wherever they're trying to go.
Right.
But you just calling them different names. That's for me.
Gotcha.
So if your God is Jesus, if your God is the Buddha, if your God is Muhammad or whoever it is, just let it be, man. There ain't no separation, bro. All of it's the same, because once you get down into the study of it, they're all saying the same thing, right?
Well, hold on.
I know I can't kill you without it being a problem, right? That's just with everybody else. It's the same thing, right? I ain't gonna be lusting over your woman. That's the same thing with every other religion.
Now let me hold the phone right there. Now, when you're understanding of religion, right? Religion is something that came to be after so many years.
Right.
The laws of God have been intact in the earth from the beginning. Now, what you're explaining, if I kill you, it's going to be a problem. If I lust over your woman, it's going to be a problem. All that's a moral code in society.
But that's law, though, right?
It's law, but that's what I'm saying. It's a moral code in society that's been instituted through the laws of God, because the laws of God have been intact in the earth from the beginning. Now, if the laws of God were given to who? We're giving to the Israelites, right? Now you say that all nations are supposed to follow us, but you can see it just on a moral compass that these nations have things intact. Like if you kill somebody, that there's a punishment for that. That comes from what? The laws of God. Now the laws of God was given to our people. Now the Lord divided everybody up for a specific reason, because he chose the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Israelites, to be his chosen people, to be the light of the world. Right? Read this in Deuteronomy 32:7. Deuteronomy 32:7, whoever's God. Because the Lord divided all the nations for a reason. This nation's supposed to be over here doing their thing. This nation's supposed to be over here doing their thing. But we're the Israelites, we're God's people. We're supposed to be doing what God told us to do. That's the mission, right? Read this.
All right, so I got a question.
Hold on, brother. I'll let you speak. Let me get my spill in. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 7.
Right.
Remember the days of old.
Right.
Consider the years of many generations.
Right.
Ask thy fathers, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Read on.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
The Most High divided the nations their inheritance. Read on.
When he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people
According to what?
according to the number of the children of Israel.
Read on.
For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
So Israel was all the nations was divided. The Lord gave all the nations their different gods, but the God of the living earth was given to who? The children of Israel. He's the one that rescued the children of Israel out of Egypt, split the Red Sea, led them into the promised land. So the Israelites, these are God's people. Right? So everybody is not supposed to be equal, and everybody's not going to get to the same place. Why? Because the Lord has Israel set up to be above everybody, so they can't touch that standard. Right? Read what I call it over here, Psalm 96.
The book of Psalms, chapter 96, and verse number 5.
Bring it out.
For all the gods of the nations are idols.
Are what?
Are idols.
So when you go into Islam and Buddhism, even Catholicism and Christianity, they all worship deities. They worship, Christianity worships Jesus Christ.
What do the Israelites worship?
You said who do we worship? The Most High God, Yahweh. Right? Who's the God of the living earth? Give me that in Psalm 7. Go to 2 Samuel 7, go to verse number 22.
So Yahweh is who?
Is the Most High God. Is the God of all the earth.
But is he not an idol?
No, he's not an idol.
What is he?
He's a God.
spirit?
He's a God. The scriptures say he's a man. We can say he lives in the spiritual realm, but he's not an idol. Like when we say an idol, like Islam has an actual the Kaaba stone. They have an actual stone that they worship. When you go into Buddhism, they have the big ass gold Buddha that they go and worship. In Islam, they literally go around the Kaaba 7 times and kiss it. We don't have. First off, our laws strictly tell us that we can't make no idols in the earth in general. So we don't worship any type of idols. All these other nations, they actually worship a physical idol.
What book is that though?
This is the Holy Bible, brother.
I know, but who wrote that Bible? What version of it is it?
Give me Psalm 68:11. This is the King James Version Bible.
All right, so King James, who was he? Was he not a slave owner?
Was he a slave owner?
Yeah.
Are you going to tell me that he was a white man that owned slaves?
That's what I heard. Yeah.
All right.
That's what I heard.
No, we're going to show you.
You got it?
I got the book. Yeah,
Oh,
give me
praise
one.
the Lord. I got you.
I'm just going off what I was taught.
I got you, bro. That's
So
beautiful.
if you know something different, I'm always here to learn.
I got you, bro. We're going to show you. That's what they told us.
So he
That's-
wasn't.
real
So
quick.
he didn't come over on the Jesus shit. That's all. That's all the trick.
Nah, we're going to show you, brother. Because the church tells you that this is Jesus Christ, don't they?
That's what they say.
That's what they say, but that's what they say about King James, right? Read that.
So this is out of the Negro Question Part 4, The Missing Link by Lee Cummins.
Right. So this is a scholastical book, right? Read on.
Page 8.
Right.
I know that this image of a black King James can be a little confusing because of your Western education.
Right.
But this is the truth that is known by the rich and the elite in the world. That was the reason I paraded all of the English historians and professors before you, before I got into the bowels of this book.
Right.
I had to get your mind ready to receive the truth. King James came from a long line of black Scottish Stuart kings.
Of what?
Of black Scottish Stuart kings.
Read on.
343 years of rulership in Scotland.
Right, because when you go into Scotland, Ireland, and these other different lands, these lands were, Scotland literally means black land, if you didn't know that.
Yeah.
So when you literally go into a lot of these lands, they were ruled by so-called black people. You heard of the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Now when Rome fell, what rose up? The Byzantine Empire, which is known as the Holy Roman Empire. Guess who that was ruled by? That's when they say that was called the Dark Ages, the 1,000 years of darkness.
Egyptians?
No, it was ruled by so-called black people. That's where the Moors come from.
but
Because that's the word Moor just means black.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it was ruled. That's why they say 1,000 years of darkness. We don't know what happened during that time. That's because what? People like you and I were ruling during that time, and that's something they wanted to hide. It's an agenda, something they wanted to hide. And then once that was over, once the Western Roman Empire came back into power, it was known as what? The Renaissance age to renew it. Right. So you have to understand that during that time period, they covered a lot. It's called whitewashing. Right. Give me that First Maccabees. Right. It's called whitewashing. It's called iconoclasm. Right. Where they took all the holy images and the images of so-called black people and recovered it, refaced it, repainted over it, and covered it with what? So-called white folk. Right. Read on.
The Stuarts not only ruled in Scotland, they ruled France, Spain, Ireland, and England,
See that?
Britain, Wales. King James was able to rule all of these lands because all these people were of Iberian black descent.
That's literally what the word Iberian means, just black descent. Read on.
They were the same people.
They were the what?
They were the same people.
So like we said, when you go through all those lands, our people covered most of those lands, and we were ruling. But that's history that they're trying to sweep under the rugs that you don't know that. Now we think there's a book that's called what's it called? I believe it's called The Characteristics of King James. or the character of King James, that was written by a homosexual man who actually wanted to have relations with him, but refused. And so guess what he did after he died? He wrote a book on him, claiming that he was a white man. He was a homosexual white man. Because after, let me
picture that book?
yeah, sure. Because I'm gonna ask you a question real quick, brother.
I'm listening.
If you die and then I write a biography about you, are you there to defend that biography? No. So if King James died and then they wrote a book saying he was gay, what you think everybody gonna think?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Exactly. So everybody gonna think he was like that. But that's documents that tell you what it was before that time.
Right.
Even if you look at that picture that's in there, you can tell that that is not a white man. That is a so-called black king right there.
Right. So that's King James?
That's King James, brother. That's the real King James. That put together that what's the word I'm looking for? That compilation. Yeah, it was that basically put the Bible together. The Bible just means is a word biblios, which just means a collection of books.
Right.
So you took all the scrolls, the Masoretic text, the Septuagint, the Textus Receptus. You take all these different scrolls, which were our documents from back in the day, our ancient manuscripts, and put them together. Then you have different combinations of books. But ultimately, when King James came into rulership, he had different scholars from Cambridge, and different colleges of scholars put the books together and translate into the English text. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So that's where you get this Bible. So the Bible's not written by a so-called white man. The scrolls are written by holy men, prophets of God and scribes of God. Right? Read that in Psalm 68 and 11.
The book of Psalms, chapter 68, and verse number 11.
Bring it up.
The Lord gave the word.
The what?
The Lord gave the word.
The Most High God gave the word. That's why when you go through most of the scriptures, especially in the Old Testament, it says what? Thus saith God, thus saith the Most High God, or thus saith Yahweh, whatever the case is. Read on.
The Lord gave the word.
So the Most High God gave the word. Read.
Great was the company of those that published it.
So it was published by men, but God gave the word at the end of the day. Right? Somebody go to that 2 Peter 1 and 19. Right? So the Most High God's the one that gives the word, but men's the one that publishes it. Right? So it's not like this Bible is just written by a white man or it's written by any man. These are the holy prophets and men of the Most High God who God trusted to actually write these things down. Right? You got that? 1 and 19.
This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 19.
Right.
We have also a more sure word of prophecy.
Right.
Unto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your heart. Verse 20.
Right.
Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. For the prophecy came not in all time by the will of man, but holy men of God spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
See that? So the Most High God gave the Holy Spirit to the men that you read about, and they were the ones that wrote these things down. The prophets that prophesied and the scribes that wrote, they had the Spirit on them. Like when you read 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter, the Lord literally put His Holy Spirit on these men to write these books down.
So is this the same book that the Christians use?
This one specifically?
Yeah.
No, they don't use this one.
So what book is this?
Who got the regular 66? That's the regular. No, you got the regular. So this is the regular 66 books that the Christian church uses. Now what this brother has is 1611 book, right? That has all 80 books that's
from 1611 to year 1611?
It was published in 1611, but they started to actually write it, I believe, in 1608, and was finished however many years that is. Or I think that's like 3 years later. Right, so it was published in 1611, but when you read it, you can see that it's written it's written in a really old King James or King's English, right? There's no J's, there's no U's, right? So when you read this, and it has all 80 books, if you go over to Rome and these other countries over there, it's heavy Catholics, guess what books they have? They got these ones. They still have these records. But when it came into America, there's different myths on why in America they have only 66 books. The main ones we go at, because when you go into the Apocrypha, what's known as the Apocrypha, which is just Latin, meaning hidden things, right? There's 14 books in there that was removed during the Protestant Reformation by Martin Luther, right? So these books removed because it's going to do one of two things. It's going to prove that Israel's still God's people. It's going to show you that it's one of 3 or 4 things. It's going to show you that God's people are the Israelites. It's going to show you that the Gentiles in the New Testament are Greeks that were Hellenized during that period of time by the Greeks to go into their ways, and showing you that they became Gentiles in the flesh because of the ways that they were keeping amongst all the Gentiles. And it's going to show you the destruction of some nations of people, right? And the end of the world in heavy prophecy. Right, so and it shows you that the so-called Native Americans that are in this land, not even just Native Americans, Seminole Indians, who else? People in Cuba, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. It shows you that those people as well are Israelites. So you can get all that from 14 books that you're not going to get from 66 books, right? So this was taken out during that Protestant Reformation time, right? So like I said, when you go overseas, they're still using this book, the 1611 book that has all 80 books, because that's complete. 66 is an incomplete number, and the Most High God doesn't deal with incomplete numbers. But you, brother, as an Israelite, if you know you're Israelite, we're going to go back to the mission. What's the mission?
No, I didn't say it. I'm not.
So you don't agree that... Go ahead.
I understand everybody's position.
Right.
I'm falling back from all of it.
All right, so let me ask this. What do you believe in?
I just believe in the Most High. That's
You
it.
believe in the Most High? Which God? Because there's the Bible, there's the Quran, there's Buddhism, there's...
Nah, I'm not getting into none of that.
You can't. You gotta believe in one of these guys, brother.
Nah, I just believe there's a power out here that I don't know about. I don't know who it is. I don't know where he came from. I know he started this job.
Right.
That's all I know.
I got you, brother.
So,
give me
you can
Psalm
call-
9:16.
You can call him Yahweh, or whatever other name you
Yeah,
call him.
but listen, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. I'm gonna show you something.
I don't want to put no name on it.
No, I got you,
So
brother.
that's my thing. I just don't want to put because I don't know. Because what if you're wrong?
Well, brother,
What if you're wrong?
But,
And then you go up there, you're like, man, why are you calling me Yahweh? That's
listen,
my name.
brother.
You
But listen-
gotta go the other way now.
listen though, but we have proof. That's the difference.
Right.
We have actual proof.
Everybody's showing proof.
But
to me, it's all the same.
Show me Allah in any of their books, or in ancient history, or in manuscripts, or in archaeology. Show me Allah.
I never seen Allah, but I never seen Yahweh either.
I got you. The scriptures tell you no man's ever seen God, but that don't mean we can't prove that he's not real.
I know he's real.
So we know he's real.
I just don't know what to call
But
him.
listen, you believe in a higher power. We believe in a higher power. Now we believe the higher power is the God of the Bible.
You found the name for
Hold on,
him.
let me finish. I got you. We believe, so you don't believe in a higher power of God. You just believe in a higher power. We believe in a higher power of the Bible, and we believe his name is Yahweh. Now we can back that up with scriptures and proof of history and history that would show you that, listen, what we believe is actually true. We deal with other people in different religions and nations all the time, and we still prove our point. So if you watch it, you know at the end of the day,
I watch
whether
the
it's us.
debates and all of that.
You
but-
said who?
I said I watch all the debates and all of that.
All right, so and what gets happened in every debate? What happens?
Man, I'm gonna be 100 with you, man. I was rocking with the Moors for a minute, man.
But we
I-
disproved the Moors for a minute. We even said earlier that Moor just means black.
Right. No, I'm saying like when I was watching debates, this is back before like the bullshit. You know what I mean? So back then I was really heavy into it, trying to because that's when I was on the path of trying to figure out what was going on.
Well, brother, that's why the Most High brought you down this path
and
today.
then everybody started being a little shaky.
I got
That's
you.
just my personal opinion.
Well,
right?
bro, I'll tell you this.
So whether it was the Hebrew Israelites, whether it was the
hold
Moors,
on. Hold on. The Hebrew Israelites have been 10 toes down for the past 40, 60 years, brother. 10 toes I've never seen no debate where any type of person that's into Kemet or any of that stuff ever have combat anything and be able to prove their point.
I seen one with Sarah Suniseti back in the days. He was going against one of the Hebrew Israelites out of New York, and
He got cut.
he got cut.
He got cut, brother. I don't gotta watch the video to let you know he got cut. Watch this. Let me give you Psalm 9:16. We're gonna show you something, brother.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 9 and verse 16.
Right up.
The Lord is known. The Lord is known by.
Well, hold on, brother. You the man, brother. He
I know.
got a few scriptures for you, brother. Watch this.
The Lord is known by the judgment which he
See,
executes.
the Most High God, the one in the Bible, he's known by the judgment that he executes. Right? So the things that happen in the Bible, we can go into the scriptures, read it, and then show it to you in historical fashion, in an archaeological fashion, or just in modern time right now, that we know that the God of this Bible, he's the true God in the heavens. That's why we out here. Brother, it's cold. It's Saturday. We can do whatever. But we out here to stand on the name of the Most High God and wake up brothers and sisters like yourself, brother, to show you that you're not just a nigga walking up and down the street. You royalty on the earth, brother. You're a king. You're an Israelite more than likely from the tribe of Judah. What you consider yourself? What they call you in society? Black?
No, I don't
Jamaican?
know about none of that either.
Brother, I'm talking about society. If they gave you...
I mean,
if somebody-
I know what they call it,
I'm
but
asking-
I'm not answering it.
Brother,
I'm
it's,
not, I'm not black, Negro.
If I'm
not
walking down the
colored,
street,
none of that.
if
So-
I'm walking down the street and somebody says what's going on, black man, I'm not gonna say I'm black. I'm gonna tell them exactly who I am. But if I'm filling out a job application,
Right.
Israelite is not going to be on there.
Right.
So what do you
There's
check
others
off?
gonna be on there.
Come on, brother. Stop
I run my
playing
own
games,
business.
brother. You say you run your own business.
Yeah.
All right, boy. How old are you?
I'm 28.
When you was
I'm
18,
38.
you wasn't running your own business, brother.
No, I wasn't.
All right, so you had a job somewhere, right? Come on, brother. Stop playing games, brother.
I was doing what I had to do.
All right,
working
brother.
a job.
All right, brother. At one point in time, you got hired by
No, I didn't
somebody,
work a job, yeah.
and when you filled out that job application, it said nationality or ethnicity, and you put
Black, yeah.
okay. So that's my
I
point.
didn't have a choice, but at that point in time, I didn't have knowledge though. So
I didn't have knowledge either, but at the end of the day, the point is that we're subject to the powers that be in the society.
you don't have to put that on the application though.
You can put other, but that's not to push straight away from the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that society causes black men, Jamaican,
Yeah.
whatever, Latino, whatever the case is. So more than likely, you be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. That's my point, right?
Yeah.
You're royalty on this earth and a king according to God. But when you go into these other religions, they just say you're just a nigga. When you go into the what's the joint? What's the no, huh? No. Who are them dudes that go door to door with the badges? No, not Jehovah's Witness. Mormons. When you go to Mormon, they say being black is a curse. It was a curse from God. He plagued them with blackness. You believe that? Nah, that's what I'm saying. So we can go. That's a simple cut to the Moors. We throw them out after that. We can go into anything else and show you the proof is in the pudding that you have to be the king in this Bible. We have to be the nation of Israel. Watch this. Deuteronomy 28. Go to verse number 16. Start at 15, go to 16, we'll go to 54 and 68. We're going to show you a couple scriptures real quick. And it's going to prove to you that you understand the Israelites, but now you're going to understand that you are an Israelite. Right. You're God's chosen people.
I got homies, they Israelites.
Well, you an Israelite. Yo, listen, whether you like it, believe it or not, you're an Israelite.
No, I mean, I just ain't did enough research and studying. So for me to say that I am an Israelite, I would have to sit down and pick the books and actually study it and be like, all right, I believe this, or I believe that.
Let me ask you a question.
I just did a little bit of knowledge here and here.
Right.
Enough to know that I ain't Negro, black, and colored. None of that bullshit.
So if you're not that, what are you?
Shit, I ain't getting to study. So this is what I, for a time, I was just saying I was a Moor.
Okay.
So
You just call yourself black. You understand that now, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I get it, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what they were saying hit home for me.
Like the Moors?
Yeah, what the Moors are saying, it hit home for me. It felt good to my spirit.
All right, now watch. We about to hit. We about to
I
hit
didn't
home
do
again.
enough research on the Israelites for it to be like,
So
you know what?
be like, I'm an Israelite.
Yeah,
I got you.
That hit home for me
now
too.
watch how we'll hit home right here. Read this.
That's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16.
Now we're gonna give you quick context. This is, you know about Moses.
Yeah, I know.
Moses split the Red Sea for the Israelites, led them out of Egypt. He's leading them to the Promised Land. This is prior to them going into the Promised Land, into the conquest by Joshua. This is what Moses is telling the Israelites. Watch this.
Cursed shall thou be,
15.
verse 15.
Right.
But it shall come to pass,
Right.
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Right.
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
In layman terms, he said, listen, if you don't keep the commandments I just gave you by God, that what?
That all these curses
Right.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses are going to happen to the Israelites for not keeping God's commandments, right? Now let's read this. Read on. We're going to read some of the curses to you, and we're going to see who they fit. If they fit the Arab, Chinese, Japanese, white, Indian, Australian, whatever the case is, we're going to find out right here.
Verse 16.
Right.
Cursed shall thou be in the city,
And what?
and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Now the Lord said the Israelites, they're going to be cursed in the city, and they're going to be cursed in the field. What was so-called black, Hispanic, Native American people doing in the field?
You know.
We know. I want you to say it.
Picking cotton.
We was picking cotton. We was picking cotton, gold, tobacco, sugar,
all the
whatever the
shit,
case is. We was in it. Was we doing it willingly? No. What was we doing it? How was we doing it? We was what?
Under duress.
We was under duress. We was slaves, brother.
Yeah.
We was in slavery. What was the Japanese man doing for us at that time?
The Japanese,
What were they doing for us at that time? What were they doing in the field?
they weren't doing shit.
They wasn't
couldn't
doing
laugh.
nothing in the field, right? Chinese man, white man was the one beating us, the one getting on our ass. Indian man wasn't there, right? So the only people that you see being cursed in the field is who? So-called black, Hispanic, and Native American people. He said you're going to be cursed in the field, but you're also going to be what? Cursed in the city. When you go to the worst parts of the city, who's there? Come on, brother.
Us, man.
Us. What are we doing there? Are we just chilling? Living good? Living lavish?
I mean, shit.
Come on,
Nah, not really.
Not at all, brother. We got drugs, trash, violence all in our communities, man. When you go into the north side of Philly, we all like this. Every house is like this. But when you go into the suburbs, guess what? They got mansions, or they got acres, brother. We the ones that's living cursed in the city. We beefing over blocks we don't own. Street corners and names that we didn't come up with, right? We was just born here and we followed the OGs, so now we stepping on this block and anybody want to step to us getting shot, right? That's our people, right? The Lord said the Israelites, they're going to be cursed in the city, cursed in the field. That fits who? That fits us. Verse 54.
Verse 54.
Right? Tell me who this is about.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate,
Right.
his eye shall be evil toward his
So
brother.
the Lord said the man that tender and delicate means you got love for each other. Right? Like me and this brother. Hit this brother up during the week, we got love for each other. Right? Be on Xbox with this brother. But now he said you're going to have an evil eye towards your own brother. What's the highest rate of crime when it comes to ethnicity? Who has the highest rate of crime? Is it white on white, Chinese on Chinese? Come on, brother. It's all over your face. You want to say?
Man,
Come on, brother. It's black on black, black on brown, brown on brown, whatever the case is. We got the highest rate of violence amongst our own people. So the Lord said you're going to have an evil eye towards your own brother. What else?
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Now, when you look up, you're going to have an evil eye towards your own woman. Who has the highest rate of domestic violence amongst the nations?
I ain't looked up that detail.
That's cool, because we know most people don't. If you look at the top of the list, it's going to be Latino women. And then guess who's going to be? Black men, black women, Latino men. We're in the top 5, easily, right, amongst our nation. You said pull it up?
No, I said I'm gonna look that up.
Oh, all right, say no more. I was going to say that. But we have some of the highest domestic violence. You generally hear about men, really now.
We just hear about that because that's what the news that we hear is from our neighbor. We don't hear news from everywhere else.
You're not wrong. But even amongst just our community that's just knowing each other, in today's society, especially if you as a black man are with a black woman, now in society the tables have turned, and now women are putting their hands on a men. Yeah. Before it was the other thing, so now the tables have turned. It's just why you see Latino women and black women nearing the top of that statistic. You see what I'm saying? And then black men and Latino men, they're not far off, because at one point in time, which still happens to this day, men putting their hands on a woman, right? And then now when a woman put her hands on a man, the man eventually you gotta, you feel me? You gotta fight back a little bit, but you're gonna have an evil eye towards your own brother, towards your own women, and what else?
And towards the remnant of his children.
You're gonna have an evil eye towards your own children. Who's known? What are black men known for doing with their children?
I don't know. I'll take care of mine.
Oh, praise the Most High, brother. Now, as a whole, a collective unit, you're the 1%.
I don't know. Tell me.
Read this.
Which he shall leave.
Which what?
Which he shall leave.
Now we gonna stay.
Which he shall leave.
Is this true or is this false, brother?
Man, see now, I don't know about that one, Cliff.
You don't.
I ain't gonna say that, bro.
Wait.
I ain't gonna say that one.
Wait.
I agree with y'all to a certain extent, but
Wait, is that
if we're gonna go there,
is that not
you
true?
gotta because a lot of the time all of y'all know, since we all here, we get into it with Shorty, and she take our kids. We don't just leave. It ain't like we don't want to take care of our kids. We gotta fight Shorty all the time.
Right.
And I don't want to fight Shorty, so I'ma just step.
I got you. That's
So it ain't like we just leaving because we don't want to do it. We leaving because we don't want no smoke.
I got
we
you.
ain't trying to go to jail.
All right, so now
you feel me?
I got you.
The next nigga gonna be cracking.
Now let's take that out of the equation, right? Let's take black women taking the kids away from black men out of the equation. Who's known amongst all the nation? No. Who's still known amongst all people for leaving their children? Even with that statistic out the picture.
I mean, you can say that, bro.
What you mean you can say that, brother? You know that, brother.
I mean,
it was jokes in elementary school. Your dad went to the store to get a gallon of milk, never came back.
Exactly.
You know this, brother. You grew up in the same society as us. We can run through every brother up here, and I guarantee you probably 7 out of 10 people lost their pops into death, the streets, doesn't know them, or some other, they're in jail.
You gotta factor in all of that then, bro.
But
you just can't factor in that one aspect of, look, society made us leave. Like, nigga, we out here hustling, trying to eat.
Society.
And we go to jail, we locked up, or if we ain't locked up, we fall victim to the streets of gun violence, so now we dead. So there's only a percentage of guys that actually leave. A lot of those guys that's locked up in jail are dead. Them niggas probably wanted to take care of their kids, bro. But they just fell victim to Their environment.
But you gotta understand that.
I get what you're saying, bro. I hear what you're saying.
Listen though, the environment and society that's structured around us.
That's the environment, bro.
Listen, brother, the environment and society that's structured around us is structured so that the black man is out of the household. It doesn't mean he just got up and dead. That's the point. That's the point. It's not just saying, oh well, you know what, fuck them kids. It's not just that.
I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. It's about this. It's about society and structure. Because did God just take us and carry us into slavery? Nah, he took the white man and we got brought into slavery. Or did we decide to go live in the hood, or is society structured for us to go live in the hood? You see what I'm saying? So those things, is the Most High God has it set up so society puts you in that situation. It's not like we just gonna be like, you know what, the curse is on me, I'm leaving my kids. No, it's set up so that whether you're dead, in jail, or whatever the case is on drugs, you're not with you have left your household and your children. That's what it's saying. Does that make sense? So who does that fit? That fits us, right? Everything we read it fits who? Now these are curses. Somebody go to verse 46. Now these are curses that the Most High God put on the Israelites for not keeping his commandments. Now how do we know that? Read this.
Verse 46.
Right?
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
These curses are going to be on the Israelites for a sign, and what else?
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Now how long is forever, brother?
Forever.
Forever. It's eternal. Right? The Lord said these curses are going to be on the Israelites for breaking the commandments as a sign. What's the sign help you do? If I said meet me on 10th and Market, how you going to know where 10th and Market is?
I'm going to Google that shit. I ain't from around here.
Listen, brother, at the end of the day, if you came down the street, I was like, you on 10th and Market? No,
you going to look at the sign.
Thank you. You're going to look at the sign, right? The sign helps you identify something. Right. So these curses are for what?
To help identify the sign?
The curses are a sign to help us identify who the Israelites are.
That's right.
Somebody go to Jeremiah 17:4. Because of this. Because the Most High God told the Israelites that you're going to forget your nationality, you're going to forget where you came from, you're going to forget your heritage as a whole until the time of restoration, when the Lord actually puts a spirit on brothers and sisters to understand who they are. So that Baruch 2:30.
Hold on. So the nationality is Israelite.
You're an Israel. We're Israelites. Because your nationality can't be black, that's color.
Right, yeah.
African American is the names of two different white men.
So what's the language?
The language is Hebrew. Right. But when we came over,
speak Hebrew?
we speak a little bit of Hebrew. Not crazy, not like we just fluent. We were raised in America, so guess what language we speak?
Right.
We speak English. But some brothers know a little bit of Hebrew. Some brothers really study that. Some brothers, you know, they minimalize it. But at the end of the day, our original language would be the Paleo Hebrew.
All right, but I'm saying, so like, for you to translate the Bible that's in English, but you don't completely know Hebrew. So how do you know that the Hebrew text is the same as the text that you're reading right here?
How do we know that the Hebrew text is the same as what we're reading?
Yeah. How you know the translation wasn't lost, and they just, whoever wrote the English version of it ain't just telling us some bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but the point that we made before is that the word biblios comes from a compilation of books. We understand that where the translation of these texts came from comes from text that was written in, of course, Greek and Hebrew, but was also written by scholars of our people. That's why when you get the Septuagint, when you know what the Septuagint means, it means the 70. Right? There were 70, somebody pulled that up in First Maccabees. So the Septuagint means the 70. It was actually 76 scholars, Hebrew Israelites, that back during that time around, I think it was 220 BC, that translated our Hebrew text into the Greek because of what was known as the Library of Alexandria during the time of Ptolemy, who ruled over that region when we were slaves to the Greeks. Our scriptures were recorded, were documented, and were rewritten into the Greek and was put into the biggest library that's ever existed, and that's where we get the Septuagint from. Most of our texts come from our people that wrote it, but were just translated by another Israelite, King James, into the English, right? And everything that we read correlates. They all, what's the word I'm looking for? It all makes sense, is basically what I'm saying. It all intertwines. It's all meshes together. We can see a lot of things because the Lord told you precept upon precept, line upon line, and here a little and there a little. And in this, you read that. You know,
it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 10.
Right.
For precept must be upon precept.
Right.
Precept upon precept.
Right.
Line upon line.
Right.
Line upon line.
Right.
here a little and there a
So we
little.
understand that the way you put the Bible, the way you understand the Bible, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. You can't just read Genesis to Revelation and just expect to understand what's going on. You have to put, it's written in code. You have to be able to piece it together. When we put the pieces together, it fit like a puzzle. Trust me. But watch this.
For with stammering lips
Right.
and another tongue.
In a what?
And another tongue.
Shall what?
Will he speak to his
See
people?
that? So the Lord said, with stammering lips and in another tongue is he going to speak to his people. So originally we were speaking Hebrew. That was our native language. Then we went into captivity to the Greeks. Now our people are speaking Greek. Now our people are slaves to what? The Spaniards, the French, the Britons. So now we're speaking different languages. But the Lord, I'm sorry, Portuguese, there's a bunch of different languages because the Bible is one of the only books that's actually translated into different languages across the world. And that's the Most High God setting it up because his people are scattered throughout the entire earth. Now he set it up so that the Bible that's for the nation of, that's the heritage book of the nation of Israel, can be read by Israelites in different nations in that language. So he said with stammering lips and another tongue is he going to speak with his people. So it's not like we're just going to have to pop open the Hebrew Bible and be able to understand it. The Lord made it so we can understand it in the language that we'll be speaking in the latter days. That makes sense? Yeah. All praise. Now, real quick, let me get this real quick. Back to Deuteronomy 28. Go to verse number 68. So we said, being cursed in the city in the field fits who? Leaving your men leaving their children, it fits who? Men having violence against their own brother and a woman fits us, right? So all this stuff should be at home because the Lord said these things will happen to the nation of Israel, and we know for sure it happened to this brother, it happened to this brother, it happened to that brother, it happened to the brothers down there over here, and it happened to you. So if these things happen to us, by default, we must be who? We must be the Israelites, brother.
So, to be a being, I believe that we are Israelites. I just ain't did the studying to be like, you know, out in the open like you guys
confidently,
say it like that.
I got you.
If I studied a little bit more, then maybe I'll be over here with you guys like, read that book, say that shit. You know what I mean?
Well, we want you over here, brother. That's why we dealing with you for so long, brother. Watch this. Now tell me who this happened to. Read this and go to yeah, exactly.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Right?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now this Deuteronomy 28 has 68 verses. This is the Lord said, if you keep the commandments, I'm going to bless you. And he went through those things. Verses 2 through 14. Verse 15, he said, if you don't, I'm going to curse you, and then list all the curses that would happen to Israel. We're only giving you 3, but this is the very last one. Read this again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The Lord's going to bring the Israelites back into Egypt. What were the Israelites doing in Egypt?
They were ruling the world.
Were they?
Yeah.
Are you positive, brother?
I think so. No, I ain't positive.
Read this in Judas 5. We're going to find out. Because when we was in Egypt, we're not going to rule in a country or a land that's not technically ours. Right? Does that make sense? We weren't.
So Egypt wasn't the Israelites' land?
No, it's the Egyptians' land.
All right,
When we was in the Persian Empire, we wasn't ruling. It was the Persians.
But they're not Hebrew?
Who?
The Persians.
No. Yes. The Persians are Hebrew, but being Hebrew and being an Israelite, 2 different things. Right. Hebrew just comes from the man Eber, but men that descend from that same man will be considered Hebrew.
I got a question. So
like the white man,
the Persians, the Persians were black, right?
They're of melanated skin.
Right. So that's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Were they not part of the tribes?
No. Why would we slave them? Who did the Persians?
We enslaved our stuff at one point in time.
When was this?
Back then.
No,
Persians.
back when though?
Shit.
Come on,
1400s. 1300s.
What people in modern day society are the Persians?
The Arabs.
The Arabs. Are us and the Arabs the same people?
Huh? So that's different.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, because they got to mess with other people and got a little bit of lighter skin.
No, they go
back in the day, they wasn't that light skin.
No, they go back to the man Ishmael.
They wasn't that light skin though back then though.
I'm not worried about that. I'm saying because Drake's son is an Israelite. Look at him.
But Drake, he mixed.
No, Drake's dad is a so-called black man.
Right. What his mom is?
His mom, if I'm not mistaken, Drake's mom is a Jewish man.
Yeah.
Jewish woman.
Would that be she's white?
Right. But your identity goes by your father.
Right.
You not believe that?
I mean,
hold on.
What if
What if we just show you?
No, I know you got all the facts.
I don't have we don't have all the facts.
But I'm saying, you got blood from both sides.
But it's not about the blood. Because when you have sex, is there blood involved?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, but not all the time. For the most part.
Yeah.
How does a woman get pregnant? Is it through blood?
Nah.
What's it through? Through semen. So the seed is being planted by who?
The man.
The man. So then when you plant the seed and the tree grows, what's the tree going to be?
Shit, it could be a girl or a boy.
Okay, brother.
No, I'm for real,
So
right?
about nationality wise.
Oh,
if I plant an apple tree, is it going to grow up to be an orange tree?
Oh, no, yeah.
Just because I planted it among the oranges? No, so I'm an apple tree. Right?
I
So
get
when a
what
man
you're
plants a seed, that's Numbers 1 and 18.
I get
There's a
what
few
you're saying.
scriptures on there that show you that you are what your father is.
I get what you're saying.
Moses had relations with an Ethiopian woman. Where was his kids Ethiopian or was they Levites?
bit.
They was Levites, brother. Come on, they was serving in the temple.
I
They
get
wouldn't
what
have been
you're
in the temple.
saying.
That was
So basically what you're telling me, the woman has nothing
to do with it.
Nothing to do
Nothing
with
to do with it, brother. He deals with. It's not like the woman just put to the side. They're a very important and integral part of our
See,
nation.
and that's where I you know, kind of.
Because of the women. We're not putting down women.
No, because not putting it down, but to me in my head, I'm like, look, Christians, they go Father, Son, Holy Spirit, right? For me, there's a man and then there's a woman.
Oh, yeah.
And they come together and create
Right.
the child, right? They procreate together, right?
Right.
There's no just man. All this masculine energy is just crazy. Like you can't leave the woman out. That's where I'm blue at, and that's why I be falling back. Like I mess with everybody's religion or whatever, but I fall back when y'all. Like the woman has to be involved. You can't talk about all of this stuff and then leave the woman out.
Real quick, I got you. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Next question.
So if you plant an apple seed, do you give credit to the dirt?
Yes. You grow from the dirt. You come from the dirt. You made out of dirt.
So you call it a
You're not giving credit to the dirt. You don't have dirt. You
dirt
don't
apple
have
seed,
DNA.
or is it still an apple?
You say what?
Is it a dirt apple seed or is it an apple?
Oh, it's an apple, but you got to give credit to the dirt. Without the dirt, you won't be here.
Okay.
Can you grow without the dirt?
Yes.
Hydroponics.
Water.
All right. So what is hydroponics? It's 1 part oxygen, 2 parts hydrogen, right?
It's water.
It's water and nutrients.
What is the DNA of water? Water has DNA, right?
Yeah, it does.
Does water not have a DNA?
It's oxygen. And
It has no
two hydrogen and 1 oxygen.
It has no
What I'm saying is
mechanical structure. What's
I
the
got
word?
you. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Hold on.
No, I get what you guys are saying too,
Hold
but
on. But listen. Somebody go Numbers 118. Let's put it to bed.
I'm not trying to debate. I'm just
no,
trying.
I got you. It's cool.
I'm trying to
I like
gain
the
knowledge,
conversation.
but at the same time, I'm just giving you my perspective.
It's a good bill because I want to know what you thinking, you want to know what we thinking, and we just gonna give you our proof is in the pudding. We just gonna go straight to the book and show you. Somebody read that Numbers 1.
This is Numbers 1 and 18.
Right.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the 2nd month.
Right.
And they declared their pedigree.
What's your pedigree? Like the dog's pedigree. Where's that? How's that go? You got different pedigrees, right?
Yeah, I'm a
So your pedigree is what?
After their families,
By what?
by the house of their
So
fathers.
your pedigree is determined by what? By the house of their father. So when the
I get what you're saying. I'm not debating that.
okay,
I'm not.
we not listen.
I'm not trying to
we
discredit
not
that either. It actually makes sense.
exactly.
So
then
but what I'm saying is,
we not putting a woman to the back of the bus.
but that has to be spoken of too. You can't just speak of the man and all right, I'm gonna take on my father's gene. I'm gonna take on his DNA. I'm gonna take on his name. Whatever. I get all of that, but at the same time, it's two sides, bro. It's the yin and the yang. So you have to bring both of those together.
We not discrediting that though, brother. We're just saying that your lineage is determined by the seed of your father.
I get it. I hear
That's
you.
all it is, brother. You read about the mighty woman in the scriptures all the time. Judith literally saved our nation. Deborah led our nation. So we're not discrediting none of that. But we're trying to say, because the Lord said, give me that in Ezekiel, I believe it's 31 and 33. It said the flock of the Most High are
You read
men.
the whole Bible, ain't you?
No, I haven't read the whole Bible just yet, brother. I'm getting there. But the point is that brothers just study at the end of the day.
Right.
But it
And
literally
see, that's
tells you
what I
that.
haven't done. Like I did a little bit of studying, but I ain't go all the way full-fledged.
I got you, brother, but that's why we out here for brothers like you. To show you, hey, listen, you've been doing a little bit of studying, but now we're going to build on, we're going to give you, feel me, we're going to feed you some more, and then you just got to build on it.
Right.
But the main thing you got to understand is who you are. You're not going to understand none of this if you don't understand who you are. Because I can guarantee you, every brother up here probably did not. I'll say brothers respected the Bible, but never really went into the Bible.
Right.
But once they found out they was Israel, it changed the complexity of everything, the way they seen the world and the way they read the Bible, and it changed everything. Now brothers read on the daily, right? So now that's what we try and build you up to understand that once you understand who you are according to the Bible, everything changes in your life, right? Especially the way you read the Bible. But you got to understand the point that we make it is your pedigree. Whoever is you're an Israelite, but it's determined by the seed of your father. There's nothing wrong with it.
How do you figure you Judah? How you know I'm not one of these other ones?
Give me Psalms. My bad. Give me Romans 8 and 16, and give me Genesis 49, and go to verse number is that 9?
7.
Is it 7?
So all of y'all are from the tribe of Judah?
Benjamin.
Benjamin?
Yeah, everybody is pretty much you. Majority is you. But the Lord said he would raise the test of the house of Judah first. That's why you see a lot of so-called black men and boys that's out there teaching. But there's brothers everywhere. We got brothers in Jamaica. We got brothers in the UK. Brothers in Canada. Brothers in Mexico. We got brothers all over the world. Brothers in China teaching this word, brother. Why? Because we understand that we're scattered.